figured I'd add the cool stream music. Yes, sir, for anybody who is gonna watch this after the stream. I I would like to really go through the rest of this change real quick. Make this like a 30-40 minute stream, go through the rest of this change. And yeah, I was just looking at something and I thought it was pretty interesting, and I really would like to kind of start off with that. The amount of money that they've printed. I first wanted to search and I wanted to ask how many bills did they make in 2016? So that's what first led me on this journey. Okay. So 2016, how many bills? And let's look at this. I found this site that pulls up all the money that they've ever printed. How many bills they made? I found this site, and I have to get back to it. Most viewed bills. Where's she at? It's really fascinating how they started printing money. And back in the 80s, they printed money, and it wasn't really over 100 million. Rarely. Like back in the 70s into the 80s, they didn't print anywhere near what they printed nowadays. And it takes a really drastic jump. I'll just talk about it then because I remember what it was. So around the 90s, I think it was 85 to 90, they made a massive jump from printing only 100 to 200 million bills per year to then printing a record number of, I want to say, 2 to 3 billion. And then I want to say the most they ever printed was in like 2008 or 9, I think. And they printed 5 billion bills, $100 bills. It blew my mind. 5 billion $100 bills. I mean, you won't ever catch them putting that in the news that they printed 500 billion, like, or 5 billion. Yeah, 5 billion. Sorry, not 500 billion, 5 billion, which is too much. It's so much money. And honestly, that's more than the faces on the planet, damn near. So it's just fascinating to me how it took a really massive jump in printing back in the day. And yeah, they were really they seemed like they had control on it in the 80s and the 90s. There was little control. Somebody was in there making sure that they just weren't going crazy. Either that or they just didn't have a reason to. But why? Whenever we reached the 2000s, there was a drastic jump. What's up, Joseph? There was a drastic jump in printing, and from the 2000s on, everything is in the billions. It's fascinating. It's truly fascinating. Most people don't even think about how much money they're printing. I mean, our dollars are pretty well spent. Pretty well spent. I have something that I want to look for in these nickel rolls. There's a nickel that they made. I gotta turn my flash on. Let me turn my flash on real quick. Where's the flash? They released a nickel this year, and it has the Edith Kanaka Ole half printed on it. My day was great, man. How about you? My day was excellent. Until it rained. I was going to do this stream earlier and outside, but it rained. It rained. So I just watched it rain. First, I didn't want to do it because there were just lawnmowers everywhere. Lawnmowers everywhere around me making noise. 95. That's my birth year. That's my birth date. 1995. I am getting to be a pretty old man. Yeah, I'm just looking for this errored nickel because it sold for $8,000. 1963. That's before the year they took all the silver out. We don't got a full stare, though. That's cool to find. 1963. How about that? Putting that one off to the side. Anything before 1964, I keep. I like to keep. These are rolls that I fresh got from the bank, and I bank at a credit union. What's up, Craig? I bank at a credit union, so basically, all the money that I can go up in, like, say if I go up and just ask them for so much out of my bank account or whatever, that's money that somebody else brought in from their pocket. And many times over, I have went up there. 1980, this thing is beautiful. Many times over, I've went up there, and yeah, basically, I go up there and I would get stuff that feels like it was in somebody's collection. Like a couple of the times I got $50 up at my bank, they felt like they were out of somebody's collection. Seriously. Yeah, credit union's the way to go nowadays, I think. I really do, because the bigger banks are just somewhat predatory in their style, and they're just they got too much power. I mean, I don't want to bank with JP Morgan because of all of the stuff that I've heard of them doing. This is almost a full stare nickel. It's still got like 3 of its stares. 1980 is beautiful. Man. These are the type of nickels that I'm keeping nowadays. Ones that are really clean like this and still have their shine to it. Still look really nice. Barely a mark on them. Let me know, let me know in live. Let me know in the comments what coins you like to keep. What coins catch your eye that make you think, "Ooh, I'm keeping that." 1977. This one still has its stairs, but the back's not as clean. It would be amazing to get a nickel that has a quarter. That has a quarter on it. They're very rare. And I saw that people across the country are starting to get them back in change. I think they're getting them back in rolls of nickels, and they're getting them back from change from the stores. And I think a few lucky souls. Oh my goodness, that's a brand new uncirculated 2001. Like this thing, I mean, it's definitely in circulation, but it is beautiful. Full stare. Just look at that. Let me see if she'll get focused. We got full stare. Oh, yeah. That's a full stare 2001. I'm basically saving anything that's close to the 90s at this point. It's really... And all new stuff, too. So 2020 and above, I'll save that. Yep. Credit union for 30 years. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's better. It feels better. It feels better. It's not, the best, but it's better. That's what I'll say, I don't mind. Look at that. That thing is shiny. Completely beautiful. I've been hearing a lot of stuff about banks having issues lately, and I've been seeing the list of banks that are, filing for... You can go and look. It's public. The list. Oh, this is beautiful. The list is so long right now for banks failing in 2023. It's astounding. This thing's throwing a reflection at the wall. This coin will blind you if you get the sun pointed at it at your eye. Let me know if any of y'all have ever done that, right? You go out and get some silver or something brand new, right? You're just looking at it, and you get that wrong angle, and it just glares your eye. It's terrible. Because it's essentially a mirror. You're basically mirror. You mirror your eye with sun. People don't realize that until you do it, at least. I remember the first time that I did that. It was in the car. I was looking at my silver, and I was like, wow, I'm definitely loving this silver right now, and next thing I know, I got a glimpse of the sun, and I now don't do that. I try not to do that. Any junk silver is what I look for. Yep. V nickels, buffaloes. Oh, me too, man. Me too. There's the buffaloes are still in. I think they're still in circulation to the point where you can still get them at stores and stuff like that. 1962. 1962. Wow. We're getting down there. Pretty close to the 50s there. This is why I really like going through nickels. I really like going through nickels. And we'll just have these live streams and just start doing them. People will pop up, same people will pop up, and eventually, just make it a fun thing. Really make it a fun thing. I love live streams. I just got out of Sal's. I was in Salivate Metals, and yeah, we were doing pull-ups for every time somebody donated to him. It's a really nice 2005. We were doing pull-ups every time somebody donated to him. He did push-ups. He always does push-ups. And I threw in the comments and I was like, yeah, anybody that donates to him, I'll do pull-ups. I'll match. This one is thinner. What's up with that? It's almost half. It's a 2022. I guess the new ones are a bit thinner? That's odd. I'm just now realizing that. I felt the difference. The new ones are lighter. This feels heavier. This is from 2005. Yeah, it feels heavier. This thing is brand new. Look at this thing. This is what I'm talking about. This thing's barely seen a light of day. I don't know how many days it's been in that roll, but it's been in there a while. Barely even a fingerprint on this thing. Yeah, that's going in a holder. That's going in a capsule for sure. And basically, at the end of this, I don't even know how many rolls I'll get through, to be honest with y'all. You see, this is the problem with me. I get like so hyper fixated on, just details and stuff like that. It's hard for me to, roll through some of these. 1980. I'll try to go a little faster too. That's a really nice 1980 nickel. I really enjoy BSing with people in these live streams. What's up, Quadangle? Quadale Dangle? Quandale Dangle. I tried to pronounce that for real. Oh man, dude, that threw me off. Your name is so wild. Every time I see it too, I think that's creative, you know. You know nobody else got your name for sure. What's up, Liberty? What's up, man? Yo, I'm getting your package on the way to you, so it's gonna just pretty much arrive to you here within the next week or two, I want to say. I know how you feel now. I know how you feel just with sending packages out. I was asking you for your address. I didn't realize you had the PO box in your description. So I'm like, wow, I just went and found that. And I was like, I was on your channel one day, and I was like, yeah, man. I didn't realize I was asking you for something you provided for everybody, just to send stuff to you. That's chill. We're looking for just really beautiful coins right now. I found a nice brand new one that's thinner. The new coins are actually thinner. I'll put it up beside. You can even see. It sure feels thinner. I don't know if it looks thinner, but it sure feels thinner. I gotta weigh these. I'll bet you they weigh the same. That's what I did with another coin. I was so tripped out with this one $1/2 one time. It was crazy. I had this $1/2 that literally, it was thinner. It was like a 1993 or something like that. I got it in a roll, and it was thinner. And I weighed it, and it weighed the same. And I'm like, how is that even possible? How is that possible? It was missing a layer, and it still weighed the same. I'm like, I just don't even know. Make a list of everything you sent to everyone so you don't forget. Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try because it's gonna be hard after I get to so many milestones. It's gonna be hard for me to remember for sure. Definitely, most definitely. Once we get to doing so many giveaways, that was just a random one. And once I want, and if I want to do random giveaways, I'm definitely gonna have to write it down. I'm definitely gonna have to write it down for sure. That's a great tip. I was really enjoying your a couple of your videos, Liberty. I really was. I hopped in the other day and I was just sitting there making comments and just enjoying the video, man. Just vibing out. I didn't know you were out in Vegas. It's got to be fun being out in Vegas. It's just a party city. Boy, this thing is crusty. Check this thing out. Wow. Looks like it got a coat of coffee on this thing. It's not silver though. It's 1991. And look at the back. Wow. Total 360 right there. Holy. That is just weird. That is just weird. Coins are just so fascinating. They're different. Every one of them is different. This has been through hell and back. It's been through so many pockets. It's crazy. It's truly crazy. That's why I like coins, I think. I really do like coins because ever since, oh my goodness, this is a brand new 1981. And I think this is a full stair too. Oh, please tell me it didn't lose its stairs. It almost lost its stairs. I'd say it's pretty much gone on the stairs, but this thing is brand spanking new. I'd say this could be one of those uh, SMS, the special strikes. It looks just really nice and matte. It's got like this nice matte finish to it. Versus, I mean, I'm seeing this thing and it looks like a shiny, brand new piece of silver to me right now. I'm pretty happy with this thing. Holy, wow. I'm gonna throw this in a capsule. I'm gonna try not to forget about how nice it is. Jeez, 1981. That's a blessing right there. That's a blessing right there. I'm not even gonna lie. Full steps, I know. Yep, that's what it is, man. Full stairs. Because imagine this. Imagine all your change and everything if you have all the full stairs separated and you just come across them one day, say 10 or 15 years in the future, and you even take a peek online and see what they're selling for. Some of these from the 80s that in the 70s and stuff, if I can get them now, whenever I'm like an older man, you know what I mean? I'm approaching my 30s, so I'm like 28 now. So whenever I get to 30, and I hit 40, yeah, and I coast into 40, I'm gonna be coasting at that point. I'm gonna try to be in Florida at that point, but we'll see. When I'm 40, I'd like to be just living on, the beach. I'd like to be just a beach dude at that point. Hopefully, still be having this channel going while I'm an older dude. You know what I mean? Might as well. At that point, I wonder what a YouTube channel like this would be, garnering in 30 or 40 years. That would just be too much to even think about. It's too much to even think about. But yeah, these brand new nickels, they're in circulation, and I love getting them. I love it. I love it. Lots of things going on here. Destitute people. Yeah, man, I know. And I'll tell you what, I think that's the thing with everywhere right now. Destitute is becoming normal. And I'm seeing it in my city, and I've been saying it. I've been saying it. People seem to be at their worst right now. They seem to be at their worst mentally, physically, and they are angry. A lot of people are just angry. I see a lot of anger, hate, a lot of hate in this world. It's sad. It's sad that people will resort to locking themselves inside their own bubble and never trying to see the other side. Never trying to see the other side of the situation or the conversation. People just want to fight nowadays. They just want to fight nowadays. Social media promotes that, and that's why I love YouTube. There's negativity for sure, but for the most part, there hasn't been a bit of negativity in this live stream. Just everybody saying what's up, and it's awesome. Can't believe you. I know I'm so close, dude. I'm almost at 500. I'm almost at 500, and it's been mostly. I got the majority of these 100 in the last month. I'm almost at like 50, I think, for this whole month. It's just like great. It's just great. And I think that mixing in shorts and doing, longer videos, but not too long. I've learned that basically I do best with 1 to 2, maybe 3 minutes. I can seem, and if I go longer, I'm gonna make sure that I have, some good information in there. I want to be teaching people things too. I definitely want to go over, massive robberies in the past and huge gold heists and stuff like that, and stuff that, might not be on everyone else's radar, might not even be on their mind. I've been sitting at home lately, and I'll just go through a moment where I basically think, oh yeah, I am definitely going to sit here and do some research, and I'll start doing some research on coins. I'll just go on Google, and I'll start googling basically certain years, things that rare things that people may not know. That's really what I like to add in there. I'll add in things that people may not know. I'll Google that about coins, and I'll just try to find some information that, is either new or, fascinating. And I'll make a video on it, and I'm going to really try to make my videos a lot better here in the coming months. In the next month or two, I'm really going to try to take a jump in the right direction. I like I like this format too. I really like this format as well, with the table and everything, but I definitely want to be in I want to be in a computer. I want to have a computer, man, and I definitely want to edit my videos. So I want to get better with just creating videos. So I'm going to be playing around. Once I get my computer, I'm going to download some software and I'll start playing around and see how I can get really interesting intros and maybe edit my own cartoon like intro with like a man, maybe a stick figure. I was thinking like a stick figure or something, kind of surfing in on like a wave of silver. You know what I mean? Just like, and make the animation and have it be really cool. I think it'd be awesome. I think it would be awesome. And I know that anybody that watches this after, they're gonna, if they watch all 20 minutes, this is gonna be a great one for them to watch. I think I think I think people are really gonna enjoy this live stream over in the future too, because I've learned that people like to watch my live streams over after I post them to see what they're like, and to see how I do it differently each time, and trying to just trying to just keep it entertaining. Try to keep it entertaining. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna get through these roles. It's okay though. And thank you so much for everybody who popped up and said what's up. I don't know how many people are still here. Craig, you're still here. That's what's up. It is so amazing, right? How many coins from decades ago that people are just finding out now. Yep. 1964 D Peace dollar that was scrapped for production and that there are only a few around. Oh, that is fascinating. That's the type of stuff. See? Oh yeah. So YouTube has this like glitchy thing where literally everybody like it looks like nobody's there. It looks like it says like zero. And I'm like, what? And it does that. It always did that. It's crazy. And it doesn't even want you to know like how many people are in your life. That's crazy. But whoever's here, I really appreciate you for real. And yeah, it's just amazing. That's like what I'm talking about. There's still things from like the 60s and the 70s that happen. And I forget what this one other thing was. There was this one other thing that they did. I forget. They did literally a run of like special metal coins. I think that's what it was. Special metal coins where they were just doing like tests and they only made like one or two of these and they were supposed to be destroyed. And somehow they still made it to the market. It's fascinating how coins are still making it to the market that are just definite errors. I mean, it almost feels like they're doing it on purpose, right? It almost feels like they're still doing it on purpose. Like they won't clean a hopper out. Say they have like dime planchets in there or nickel planchets in there and they're starting the new quarters. I don't think someone climbs in that machine to clean out the last few. You know what I mean? And that's where these are all coming from each year. So every year something fascinating comes out. I think I could start covering, little errors and stuff like that too. New stuff. I've been looking on these coins very, very, very attentively, trying to find errors on the newer ones and the 2021 and twos. And they seem to have their stuff pretty straight, like it seems like there's not many errors coming out. Like, for instance, back in the 70s and the 80s, the dimes and the nickels, I mean, there are so many double dies and so many just mistakes. Mistakes. I have a dime in my collection. I haven't made a video on it in a while, but it's a dime it's a penny that is on what was it? A penny that is on a nickel planchet, I think that's what it was. Penny on a dime, that's what it was. Penny on a dime. And it's amazing. Like it is an amazing coin. It's a completely different metal composition than it's supposed to be. And it's a pure mistake. And I'm trying to remember where I found this. I think I just remember going through some change and looking down and seeing this thing somewhere. And I remember seeing it and thinking, wait, what? Is that even possible? Is that even possible? And it was. And I looked it up, and I honestly, the coin that I have, I think it's a which one is it? Which year? I'm trying to remember now without looking at it. I can't find my book right this second. Trying to think of what year that is. I got a 1943 zinc, uh, that zinc coated 1943 penny that is brand new. I mean, literally brand new. My friend gave me this thing. It was this like, it was this little thing, and it came with this. I'll show you guys this. It came with this, and it was the last 20 years of the wheat penny, and it has, from 1939 to 1958, and in this there was a 1943, and you can see I took it. I definitely didn't put it in here to get all dusty for sure. I had to put a 1943 that was just for its place. So I have this protected. I'm gonna get this in a capsule because it's been in a book, and I know that books are just ripe with toning, and not the good kind always either. It's sometimes it'll ruin a coin basically if you leave that plastic. It's that plastic. I don't know what it's called, but there's a certain plastic that they use in the older coin books that were just absolutely toning the coins. Like piss colored, I guess you could say. They were like sometimes piss colored. It would be like really, really odd looking. It would give you a not good finish on your silver too. So yeah, and it came in this thing, and it had a little bag, right? All wheat pennies. It gave you every wheat penny. I forgot. It gave you every wheat penny to fill this in. That's what this thing was. And it had a brand new 1943. And that was the only one out of all of these that were brand new. It was amazing to me. Now, did this thing how did somebody let that brand new one get in there? That's my question. How did it get in there? All the other coins were completely circulated, and this one was brand new. I'll show you guys it. I'll try to find it here real fast. I think I know exactly where the book's at now. I think it's over here. I believe that it's over here. Yep, it's right here. Yes. Here we go. I'll show you guys because there's some new subscribers in here, and I want to show you what I'm talking about. This is a great story, too. I mean, finding this brand new coin is basically one of the highlights of my coin career, I would say. It is amazing. The grade and everything. Look at the shine already right out the gate compared to the other one. The one below it, oh, it was a 1968 dime on a penny on a dime planchet. That's what that one was. So here, I'll turn it around for you guys to see. There's the 1968 penny on a dime. Completely just, and it's beautiful too. That one's brand new as well too. That one's brand new as well. I'll go to the back and I'll show you guys the back. I mean, this was the first wheat penny that I'd ever saw that was brand new, and it blew my mind. I mean, I was sitting in my room. I was so excited, you guys. I was so excited to find this coin. And both of them look at that, penny on a dime planchet, 1968. And you can barely find these online. You can barely find them. There is not many. You can't find these on, you can't really find them on Amazon or anything like that. They're not on Amazon, and they're probably barely on eBay because people will get these graded. I'm going to get these two graded one day, and I hope they grade good. I hope they grade good. I didn't clean them. On my life, I didn't clean them. And I got some other janky 43s. Check out some of these 43s that are just janky. I think this one, it weighs off. This one completely weighs off from what it's supposed to. I think it was one of the other experimental planchets. I sat here for an entire evening researching these 1943s. Nice stuff. Yeah, thank you. And the Washington. See, this is what my book has started to become, is just so many beautiful Washingtons. I'm not kidding. I started in the 90s and I was really this in 1986, brand new, completely brand new. Like the ones in this book I'd say are really close to brand new. I was really obsessive about making them really nice. This 1995, brand new. So my eye is good enough to catch the brand new coins, and I just keep them separated. I just keep them separated. I love this book. It's gotten to be something amazing. I mean, just an entire page of like 2000s, and I got a lot of BU Susan B. Anthony's as well. Ton of Susan B's. I'm a Washington Quarter fanatic, y'all. I really am. I honestly, I could make half my channel about Washington Quarters and be happy, and really, really be happy about it probably. Because they're just so, they're every day, every day. And people are using these every day and they still look like this when I get them. Like, that's something that I can be amazingly. Thank you, man. Thank you, Craig. Yeah, there, and I'll go left. I got a whole page of BU um bicentennials. So a whole page, a lot of them brand new. My mom would find them. People gave me these. People gave me these back in the day, and told me to keep them, and I did. I really did. And now I have almost an entire page of them. Love them. I can never get enough of these. And then you guys are really gonna like this, because I went crazy collecting and separating pennies at one point. And all these BU, like you can just see, like I love how whenever you have a lot of coins, you can tell which ones are super nice because that line is moving. And yeah, the backs on these, oh my goodness, some of the backs on these are just great. All of these. Can you imagine going through this book as an old man and just showing like some kids these coins, showing some kids in Christmas this coin collection and just blowing their mind, showing them the value of some of these coins and stuff. Literally getting people into, I would love to get as many people into coins in my life as possible. There's a red one. Y'all ever see a red one? How are these red? I would love to know. I seriously would. There has to be a story on these. There has to be. There has to be. Man, thanks, dude. Joseph says that's a proof quarter. Yeah, there probably are some proof quarters in here, honestly. And I didn't even buy them that way. They are just beautiful. When I collect them, whenever something catches my eye, I'll put it. I was putting it in this book, and now I put them in capsules all right out the gate. So everything that I find that's brand new stays brand new the day that I find it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna have stuff to make videos for years at this point, and I love that. That's the goal. Let's make great videos for years. Just that's what I plan on doing, and I plan on getting better to the point where at towards the end of this next year they are starting to really be very organized with a topic. We're gonna have a start and we're gonna have a finish. It's not just gonna be me talking here eventually. Once I get a computer and get myself, enjoying that computer, I'm gonna really teach myself how to throw some music in there, and really, I want a really cool rock music or something, like Salivate has that metal thing. Every time his video comes on, it's this awesome encore of metal in the double bass and everything, and it just gets me really hyped up every time. He knows it too. He knows it. That's why. Recently, we were in his live stream and people told him to turn it up. People said to make it louder because it's awesome whenever he comes on. When his live comes on. See, I look forward to his live streams like crazy. I do. I really do. I got some really beautiful. Check these out. You guys got to see these. These are really beautiful. And some of these might be the SMS Strike 1963. It's hard to tell. It's very hard to tell. They have this like matte finish to them. I don't know if any of them come off as that way right now. And I can't see these three. These three are insanely nice 1964s and 3s. I have so many rolls of 1964 nickels. My one friend found a house. He found a house that somebody was renovating, I think, and they were doing the walls, and they found like 300 1964 nickels, and he brought me a bunch of them. He brought me a bunch of them. And I got to go through, and these are literally from that haul, like these 1964s. And I still have so many rolls too. It had to have been like 3 to 4 rolls that I had gotten of them. And we're moving into, oh, my favorites. My favorites, y'all. Check these ones out. We're going to Barber and Franklin and JFK. And I even got some surprises for y'all. It's been 37 minutes, yo. I'm going to take this to about an hour. We're going to go about an hour. Let's get it. I'll go about 40, 50, 60 minutes all day. Look at this. We got the Onza. I won this Onza in a live stream, and that's what motivated me to do the giveaways. I won this in somebody's live. I can't remember whose live stream this was in. I got this 1984 Mexican Onza. And I need a capsule for this thing because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's as nice as it's ever been, and it's toned. It's toned, so whoever had it got it toned. You can even see just around the edges that nice like brownie finish. I love that. This coin right here is a very special one. This is the Columbian Expedition half dollar that came with those 1964 nickels. I love that story. That will forever be a great story in my... I should make a video about it, honestly. I'll make a video about it so more people can see. Oh, I love the Barbers too. Thanks, man. Yeah, this Colombian half dollar, 1892. 1892. This came from that house. He came here one day and he says to me, look at this, man. He knew I like coins. He knew it. And you want to know what's crazy? My friends will give me stuff sometimes because they know it's nice and that they won't keep it. It's crazy. Like some of my friends, they're not into coins. So when they find something cool, they know I'm into it. They'll just give it to me because they know that if they keep it themselves, they'll just get rid of it. Like they'll either they'll trade it or they just won't have it for long. 1890. You got the 1893. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Oh my God, I love these coins. And they're worth a bit. They're worth a bit, yo. They're worth like 60, 70 bucks at this point. It's kind of fascinating. I mean, oh, here's some more of those nickels. We're getting into the nicer nickels. There's a whole page of really beautiful Jefferson nickels, all 1964 and below. Matter of fact, some of these are 46. This one's 1946. 63. That's one of the ones I think could be one of the SMSs. See, these all look really nice. And they did release a special edition nickel that year, and it really was like a matte color, just like that kind of. It has like that shiny finish to it. I really think this one here in the middle could be, because I mean, look at all the detail. Beautiful. And yeah, the SMSs are really selling good online. Here I have some really old ones. 51, 1951, 52, 53. I actually organized these ones. 54. Wow. Here's an absolutely gorgeous 1963. I love coins. I absolutely love them. I mean, they are my favorite thing in this whole world at this point. Coins and currency. And you know what's great about me loving coins and you guys loving coins is that you can. The fact is, it's not even I don't even see it as like a greedy thing to love coins and currency. I like the history on it. And when I was in school, I personally didn't like history that much. Why? Because it's the way they taught it. I sit at home all day and teach myself things all day long. Oh, wow. I'm sorry about that. Here we're into the dimes. I really got into the dimes too. All of these are really nice 90s. They're probably as close to uncirculated as they'll ever be. Full band dimes, 1965 right there, 1974, 93, 91. I mean, I just love dimes. I honestly, there's a 2001 that's shining. Beautiful. My favorite thing in this whole world. Old currency. And you know what? The government, it's not something that you can necessarily trust. I mean, that's a fact of the matter. And you know why I think I cling so much to coins? Because I know that I can't trust the government at all. I know. I know that they're constantly just, looking to grip our laws against us. And they have showed that many times over. Here's a beautiful 1980. Wow. That thing is absolutely gorgeous. It looks brand new to me. It looks like it was his first day alive, basically. And I know that's the point, I know that they aren't looking out for us. But I can at the very least like the history on all these old coins. At the very least. Check out these old 1964s. I love these things so much. I got these at my local coin shop. He puts them in the bin. They're BU. They're completely brand new. I have so many of these in holders right now, capsules, and I bought them. I bought them for $5. Like you just cannot beat that. $5 quarters, that's what he was charging, and $2 dimes. And they shine like that. And honestly, he really didn't care. He didn't care if you went and bought all these. I'd literally tell him, I say I'd feel bad, and I'd start grabbing the ugly ones, and he'd tell me, keep getting the newer ones. He'd tell me, keep grabbing the newer ones if you want them. And I tell him, I said, dude, I want to get as many nice ones as I can. If they're available to us, I want them. You know? I'm gonna go down tomorrow. I miss the guy. I miss sitting there talking to him and him showing me amazing stuff. Honestly amazing. Your coin shop owners, do they blow your minds? I was the same as you. I love coins. I'm gonna read this. I love coins because of the history and the story it tells, but also how people take them for granted decades later, knowing that they are now scarce and hard to find. I know, isn't it amazing? I think it's amazing. There are people there are people that will take in their grandfather's walk-in liberties. Shame on them, I wish I could be there to shame them. They deserve it. If your grandfather gives you walk-in liberties, the least you can do is hit a flea market, and none of these people know that. And you're right. People are ignorant to the fact that, you know, they just they just want cash. They just want cash. They think it's worth everything because they can walk into the mall or they can walk, wherever and buy whatever with it. That's why they need it all the time. And they don't even stop for a second to think that that roll of walking liberties could have gotten them $500. They don't stop to think in that. They don't even want to look the value up of stuff. Some people take it straight to the bank. Oh, that cringe feeling that you see on when you watch like the coin channel videos, and he'll upload some really young girl that says that she's going to take in her grandfather's coin collection. I remember seeing that there was this one video who put up with this real pretty girl. She really ignorantly was sitting in her car and she said, I'm about to cash in all my grandfather's old silver or whatever. I forget. And it just made me, oh my God. It's how could you, do that to somebody? And he had nobody else to give it to. And that's sad, right? I think that's sad. The fact that the grandfather collected it all those years and then gave it to somebody, that's my worst fear, is that the person that I give it to in the future, because like I'm gonna have way too much in my lifetime, way too much. I could probably open a store at one point in my life in the future here. I could probably open a store. I was even considering it, opening a store in my town. It's so deadbeat in my town though that nobody really cares about buying silver. So it would just be a place where people come to rob me pretty much because they realize that's the only way they're gonna get it. People around here don't stack silver, where I'm at least. Many people. I mean, there are a few, and that's cool. I'd like to get in, more flea market scenarios where I'm talking to people and meeting people and seeing really how many people are truly into the hobby because it's big. You know, coin coins and coin collecting is honestly, I'd say at its height right now. People don't even know it. There are young people like me and younger that are getting into it and yeah, I'm doing my best. If I see something that seems like it's basically overprinted in my mind, like the 2017 A's and the 13s, I'll try to just keep it. I'll do my best to keep it. And I know that's hard. I know that's hard. If you got to pay a bill, you ain't keeping it. If I got to pay a bill, it's going to that. But at the very least, whenever I have some free cash, I would very much like to keep money that is already overprinted in every way. Yeah, that's the thing. People don't realize the damage they've done taking the money out of money, you know? And they want it to still look like silver. Everything is still supposed to look like silver. These nickels are supposed to look like silver. Everything is supposed to mask silver for some reason, but they take it all out. Everything that has worth, they take out. And it's so super inflated that basically we're facing hard times and being your own bank, people telling you to be your own bank and everything, it feels so good to be your own bank. With precious metals, that's the best feeling. I always feel like I could just go, you know, however many days and not really need to worry because of my stack. You know, like bad things could happen. The whole world could shut down. Well, at that point, if the whole world shut down, you ain't gonna be able to sell. So that's the only way to truly, I would say, be able to sell your silver in the future is a rise of price. And we're all gonna sell at different prices, right? Everybody who has different amounts will sell at different times. Somebody who has 1,000 ounces or 10,000 ounces is gonna wait for that price to go to sky high terms. Somebody who essentially just has, you know, a few ounces and they see the price go up, 10, 20, 30, they see the price go up and they got to pay a bill, they're going to sell a few. It's just different. Everybody collects differently, I think, based on what their financial situation is currently. And I'm definitely so happy to just be in a position where, like, not only can I take care of myself, but I can definitely rely on my stack, teaching myself how to save and everything. I never knew how to save in the past. I was a spender. I was a big spender. And now all my stack is my savings. It's amazing. So if you take your stack and you turn it into your savings account, if you will, it really, really makes you feel good about your days. And now you can make videos and or look at them, just pick them up and look at them. It taught me how to save. Collecting stuff taught me how to save. Being able to save all this stuff, I never was able to do that before. Even with the best jobs, I was never able to do that before. I remember I had so many different addictions like lottery, just crazy, crazy stuff. Like why who gets addicted to a lottery machine? But I remember my friends, we were just up at this convenience store before and we would just be hanging out there. All my friends were there. We would party on the weekend. And I'd be at this convenience store for like some nights 12 hours. It was crazy. Damn near my friend's entire shift. We were young and we were dumb. And I would just sit there and feed this lottery machine all night with my paycheck, trying to win big. And I would always lose. And every single morning, I would literally be like 200 down, spend all my money on a lottery machine. It just felt so terrible. And I've done that so many different ways. You know what I mean? You just got to learn. You just got to teach yourself how to truly save a dollar if it's possible. And I'm not telling somebody, hey, save every dollar, because it's not always possible. But if you see that it's possible and you say, hey, I can just slip this to the side, throw it in an envelope and forget about it. I like saving the star notes. That's why I love saving star notes, y'all. Because every time I see one, it makes me think, wow, I'm putting that in that envelope and I'm going to have a big stack of them to pull out, and we'll be making videos on star notes for years. You know, I'm going to make videos on star notes for years. People love star notes for some reason. Every time I make a video with star notes, it goes crazy. That makes me so happy. And I have no idea why that happens, but I'm so happy that it is that way, because when I make a video on star notes, it benefits my channel so greatly. For some of my videos that only get like, 1 to 300, for a video to go up to 1,000 or 2,000, that is just key. That is key growth. I've been trying to incorporate as much knowledge about star notes as well, and finding rare ones just so I can make a video on them. I'm about to start buying really cool notes offline too, just to make a video on them, especially star notes. I'm gonna read some of these comments, y'all. I really appreciate all of y'all. I know I get rambly, but I really appreciate. Got to go, guys. Have a great day. See you, Joseph. Yep, star notes are my favorite, man. You haven't yet to find a star note. I mean, it definitely it helps to sift through the stuff at the bank. For instance, if you have like $100 that you're just like saving up, you can kind of take that back and forth to the bank every now and then, just make a special little trip and go and get new bills. So that's what I'll do. I'll take however much to the bank, and I'll ask them, I'll say, hey, can I get this back in different bills, please? And I'll tell them straight up, I collect and I just want to find different stuff, you know, errors and rare notes and stuff like that. And they'll definitely give you whatever you want. And that's how you can truly jump off the system, if you will. For instance, I'll take these back up eventually, and I'll get different change. I now have so much change. I've been saving change like crazy. Like, it's just been my favorite thing ever. If I get any change, I'll immediately save it and roll it up. And now I can just rotate this change in and out of the bank, and we can just get all kinds of cool stuff. Brand new nickels. And imagine, you can use the banks to truly get yourself really nice notes and really nice coins. It's awesome. Silver certificates and gold certificates. Yeah, I'm really trying to get in on that. I'll tell you that much right now, because they aren't going to be around forever, and they are online. And I'd say the premium is already enough to, bite your cheek on. You know what I mean? It's enough to be a little upset about. They're getting pretty pricey, is what I mean. Like the 1930s and the 1920s notes are definitely right now commanding premiums already. So for us who like them, yeah, I think that's definitely a great idea to start buying them, or at least trying to get them every now and then, because they just won't be around in our later years. They won't be around in our later years for sure. That's the worst feeling, knowing that certain things. That's why I really love collecting, because certainly things aren't going to be around in our later years. Now, what is that going to be? That's the funnest part about it, I think. Figuring that out. Oh, the barbers are now jumping price, like things like that. Things like that for sure are going to happen. And I would love to be ahead of the game. Yeah, those barbers that I got like 7 barber half dollars from my local coin shop. He told me, he said he had him sitting there. And I looked at him and I said, are those barbers? He said, yeah. And I said, dude, please tell me when you have these. I will beg you to call me and tell me that you have these. You know, it's just crazy that sometimes they have these things that me or you or somebody else wants so badly and they don't know. They don't know. You know, and then they tell you that they have it and you're like over the moon about it, you know? It's crazy. Make friends with the tellers. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. I've been trying, my man. Ah, I've been trying. The one lady, she has my number down, and anytime she gets anything, she should call me. She's a very nice lady. And I have had my number posted in the back at this place at my bank for probably like 6 months now, and they refuse to call that one. That's why I'm crossing fingers for this lady to make random phone calls to me, telling me, hey, I got a list of 1964 or below bills, you know, you want them? I would love to get that call. I'd dream to get that call, honestly. Yeah, and it seems like it's really hard to get the banks to call, even though they say they will. And they always ask me for my number, and then they literally never call me. So I always, what's really bad is that I feel like every time I call that I'm bothering them. There's a couple people that don't necessarily like collectors. They just want to do their job and go home. They don't like doing all the extra, and I feel that. It sucks. You know, can you imagine the people that go up there with $500 boxes on a weekly basis? Credit unions don't normally do $500 boxes, and mine won't either. I would like to get into a bank. That's the thing. Bank of America up there. I think it's Bank of America where I'm at uptown. They have a lot of good half dollars and boxes, and it seems like the bigger banks always get boxes, brand new ones. So I try to use my friends. Any of my friends that bank at any of these bigger banks, I'll call them. I have this one friend who can get me half dollars and golden dollars anytime, pretty much. And that's pretty much how I've gotten all my. I have a big collection of golden dollars at this point, too. Probably like 10 or more rolls, I think, at this point. And that's not even mentioning like my brand new ones. I have 2023s. I got 10 rolls of those. Like, it's crazy. I love golden dollars at this point. They are just up there with some of my favorites. These brand new ones. Ever since I opened these up and seen these brand new coins, my goodness. Shiny, brand new. And it's not much extra to get them. I think I paid 280 for 10 rolls. I can't remember for sure. 10 or 11 rolls. I forget for sure what it was, but I know it was like 250 worth, you know what I mean? And they only charged like 20 or 30 bucks extra, and then you got completely uncirculated coins, which I think is a pretty good idea. I mean, I don't do it often. I want to collect every year though, so I'm gonna probably try to get a box every year, and I'm gonna do giveaways where I do giveaways just for these, just for a roll of these, or I'll throw a roll of these in. I don't know how it would be to ship entire rolls. I don't know how it would be to ship entire rolls of coins. I don't know if it jumps price or if the weight goes up dramatically and then they charge you a lot. I'll pay whatever to get things to people though. I'll pay whatever to get something to somebody. And if it's my giveaway, I always want to take on all of the cost of everything. I don't want it to cost them anything. I just want it to show up at your doorstep and just blow your mind. I do want my giveaways in the future to be incredibly great too. So it's going to be awesome. I'm going to really make it. I'm going to really make it maybe eye popping in some cases where you're like, wow, is he really giving this away? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm going to try to do that sometimes too. I think it'd be fun. Find any mules? Not yet. I have to I have to get in with them. I have to get in with that because I've been having people tell me to look for them, and I can't even remember what coin. The mules, I'm trying to think. I know I was just looking at this like 2, 3 months ago, the mule coins, and I can't remember what denomination they're on. If you can tell me real quick. I'm trying to think now that I think about it. Mules, what would they be on? What would they be on? Half dollars? Let me see here. Let me see if you put it above there. Mules. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was on the Sacagawea. Yes. That's what it was. Thank you. Good Lord. Couldn't think about it. Nah, that's the only problem. I think that collectors really search through the 2000s looking for that mule coin. And even the Cheerio coin. I was really looking for that Cheerio coin at one point. I was crazy for that Cheerio coin. Every single uh every single time I would get a 2000, I would just start looking. But they have the back of the bird. Let me see. I'll go to the page here. I'll show you. They have a back of the bird. The feather tails. The feather tails are carved in a Cheerio-like pattern, and it must have just been a etching that they were able to do with a machine or whatever, but it literally turned this coin into a completely different coin. And then they put it in the Cheerios box. I told my family that they had a coin in the Cheerios box back in the 90s, and no one remembers. Crazy. Nobody remembers. I was the first person to tell them that it was like that it happened. Little things like that you forget, you know. Yeah, some of these 2000s shine pretty nice. I'd love to get some really uncirculated 2000s. They are um the most valuable Sacagawea dollar will be the 2000 forever, I think. Other ones could go rare, but for the most part, I always get excited when I see these. And when you get them for face value at the bank, they're almost already worth more than their value if you get them uncirculated. So if you find 2000s that are uncirculated for face value, you're doing pretty good. Because you can roll them up if they're uncirculated and sell them on eBay and Amazon all day long. I mean, there are people on there selling these all day long uncirculated. People are paying 10, I think it's 9.99 plus shipping sometimes for uncirculated 2000s. Single coin. I don't know who the buyer is, but there's a lot of them. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And I think one day to be an old man and to live off of my coin collection, I'm going to have to learn how to sell on eBay and Amazon and get good at it. I'd like to have good ratings by then too, before I'm trying to actually do it, you know? I won't give, if I try to sell coins, I'm going to give people the best coins they ever seen. You know, I'm not going to be selling some crap coin to somebody. I'm going to try to just like stock up on like, for instance, that's why I bought these. That's why I bought these because I know I'm going to be able to resell them one day. They go up dramatically over decades. So if you give these 10 years, they're all of a sudden selling, even for rolls, like 60 some dollars. I think the 2000s on there are selling for about 70 bucks right now. It's crazy. 60, 70 bucks. It's absolutely insanity. And it's a $25 roll. It's a $25 roll. And they're online selling for, you know, and that's the 2000s. They're selling for that much. It's insane. So little things like that, I think, are just amazing. And you can truly capitalize. And it doesn't even, you can just find these things at your bank. That's the fun of the hunt. That is the fun of the hunt. I love hunting for good coins. I bought 4 rolls from my credit union back in 2003. And one was from the San Francisco Mint. Oh my goodness. You got the Cheerio coin. And you got a Cheerio in the box. Oh my goodness. It was right in 2000 that they did that. It released and it was their debut and they linked up with Cheerios and that was history. Crazy. That's amazing. 4 rolls. Yeah, I think I got 3 or 4 rolls from my bank too. And 2 of them were 2000s. Yep. None of them were errors though. That was a heartbreaking moment, you know. That's the thing. I can't seem to find good luck with the 2000s. I can't. It seems like they've been sifted through almost as much as half dollars. And it also makes me question, I have been thinking lately, dimes got to have 1964s in there more. So if I went up to the bank, say, and I just got every roll of dime that they had, right? Only dimes. I'll bet you eventually I start finding silver and I'll be able to just plop it out. Say I find an entire roll, that would be amazing. But even just one, I'd just take it out, replace it, boom, got a silver dime out of the bank. I do think, because you want to know why I say that? They're too small. A lot of people don't even know that it's silver when it's in their hand because it's so small. And you can barely tell the weight difference. And yeah. So I'm thinking one day if I just get good with it, start making videos, like I'll just have a scale. We'll just be like weighing them up. I'll be like, oh, that one's over, that one's over. Boom, there's some silver in there. We'll go through it. Boom, it's got some silver. I can't wait to pull some silver out of the banks. It's my ultimate. That's the ultimate best feeling in the entire universe, I think. I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube of guys that get lucky. I saw somebody that said they had gotten about 1,000 face or 500 face, and they had to split it with 3 ways at a bank one time because they knew what it was worth and 3 other people wanted in on it at the bank. But it was even insanity at that point too, and everybody made it out with hundreds of dollars worth of silver. Hundreds. So I guess it's good that it can work out like that and it not one all. Because imagine that feeling at the bank. You have 1,000 or so dollars worth, or more. I don't know. It's definitely way more actually. 1,000 face. So thousands worth of silver. And somebody brought it all in, and they were like crapping their pants trying to call, and basically just they called 3 people and split it up. So that's at least more fair, which is awesome. People jumped on the halves years ago because a guy put a vid on YouTube and went around to banks just looking for silver and returning the rest. Yep. And they kept repeating it. Yep. Exactly, bro. They did. That's exactly what happened. 100%. And you know what's even crazier? People are getting the last few that are in circulation right now. For sure. Like, YouTubers and definitely people like trying to start there are people right now that are making their entire channel just coin roll hunting. And they'll basically just like pause the video, and whenever they find something good, they'll bring the people back and like, yeah, I love that style format video too. It really works. But it's just kind of amazing. Like, I don't know, it's just amazing that people are still taking the last few pieces of silver out of circulation to this day. Amazing. To the point where when you find 1 or 2, it's just absolutely the luckiest day of your life. I seen this one kid online. He was going through a roll, quarters, or half dollars actually, half dollars. He came across 1 silver. It was like he won $1,000 lottery ticket. Swear. I swear, man. Kind of insane. That's the point we've gotten to, where it's like it's just not existent. It's not existent. And I think it's insane. So that's why I started my stack, because I first realized that I couldn't do it at the bank. You know, my I started really seeing, I don't think around like a year or 2 ago, I started seeing the coin channel and people like Silver Seeker and stuff like that. I started seeing them just straight blow up. They were putting in the work for so long, and their channels just randomly blew up, and next thing you know, you're seeing them everywhere. And I pray that if I can just get this channel to 3 to 4 thousand, that's the same thing that happens to me. Because imagine, they're pushing me to so many people right now, and I only have less than 500 subscribers, and they're already just testing the waters and seeing how many people will want to watch me. And if I get to the point where I can truly like hold an audience and like really build it past like 3 to 5 thousand, I think my videos will get recommended to 10, 20, sometimes 30,000, and if I'm getting that amount of views, like, we're monetized. I'm going to try to keep it like straight family friendly and just, just really make it enjoyable, entertaining. I love like that stuff about like bank robberies and bank heists in the past and stuff like that. I really can't get my head off that stuff, you know. I really want to make series about Bonnie and Clyde and their bank heist spree and all the banks that they hit and how much money they took and stuff like that. I'm really fascinated with that stuff. And from my state, there was a massive heist just recently in the past 10 years, and it involves the FBI and an excavation team that went and found um, a ton of gold, literally a ton, 1 ton or more of gold. And they trusted the government enough to call the FBI in my state, and they got locked out of their own site. And for 2 weeks, they sat there and dug every little bit out of the ground. And people that were literally living by the dig site, they kept seeing lights and they kept hearing the diggers and all the people and the big and fancy cars pull up. And you know what's even more sad? All those people wanted was a very small percentage of that find. And the government is so greedy, they told them, nope, and you can't even have it even though you found it and told us it's there. And that's just savagery. True ignorance, too. The government wouldn't even known it was there if they didn't tell them. And they wouldn't even break bread with them. Like, terrible. I mean, absolutely terrible. That's not how you treat your people either. It's not how you treat your people. That's a sad reality about what I see nowadays going on. I mean, with the current, even the current administration is just like, you know, not for the people. You can see it plain as day. So, you know, people got to be for themselves. I really appreciate everybody that showed up and made this a great live stream. It was longer than I thought it would have been, for real, and it was so awesome. The fact that I could just really and go topic to topic with you guys right there, that was so fun. That's what I'm talking about. You know, and when people rewatch this, they're probably just gonna leave it roll. They're probably just gonna let it roll, and that's the whole. That's what I like doing with certain people's live streams, just letting her go. You know what I mean? And that'll help me out so immensely if my live streams are entertaining enough that people can just let them play long term, rewatch them, go and enjoy them. Because I noticed in the past when it was 30 or 40 minutes that people were rewatching them just to see what they were like. That's amazing. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate you, Craig. I appreciate Joseph. Appreciate everybody else that stopped by. I really do. And yeah, I will see you in the next video and the next live stream. I'm gonna start just going live randomly, you know, every few days. So anytime you see me live, you're welcome to pop up. I really love BSing with y'all. I really like BSing with y'all. That's the whole point. I'm starting to realize that I can like slowly, you know, I could have friends on here too. I can have friends on here too. And that's the best thing. That's the best thing that I can truly say YouTube can give me. Best thing is a friend or multiple friends. I've talked to multiple people on here and just I've I've just loved it. Getting to know people and just, you know, revolving around change and currency and bullion and silver and everything. It's just so nice building this channel up and having you guys here. Well, well, I'll see you guys soon. Peace out, y'all.